Hey everyone, it's now been 24 hours since the new Doctor Doom update. Let's see how it'll affect you. First off, Gwenpool's mythic SMGs are now in the game. I tried them out, I gave them a try. They're not amazing, they're not bad. I myself don't really see a huge use for them, and I think if you're going up against some really good players, you might be at a slight disadvantage if you're using them instead of something else. Personally, I'm really liking the Monarch pistol, and I feel like that has more potential for me. If you're point blank, these things shred, but do they shred enough where you could sacrifice maybe something like an AR or the auto turret or something else in your inventory for them? Maybe not. It's kind of personal preference. I don't think it has a huge impact on the game, to be honest, but they're there, so you should be aware of that. Next up, we have the big part of the update, and it's the new Doctor Doom Island. Now, this island has a 5% chance of spawning, so 1 out of every 20 games, the regular loot island will change into Doctor Doom's Island. And if you claim Doctor Doom's Island, you can become Doctor Doom. Now, if you remember the old school Thanos mode, where you had to find the Infinity Gauntlet and you became Thanos with it, this is essentially the same thing. You get so much health, so much shield, you get siphon on elims, you become kind of unstoppable. I myself couldn't even get it to spawn when I was playing today. The odds are so low. This is a very, very rare event. This is the kind of thing where if you run into someone in solos as Doctor Doom, things might get kind of bad. If you're playing squads and you run into a Doctor Doom, it's not so bad because all 4 people spraying at them might not survive. It's definitely the kind of thing that might be worse in builds than 0 builds, just because that 50 overshield makes you that much stronger against Doctor Doom right now. But we'll see. Again, this is another thing that doesn't have a major effect on your games. 5 out of every 100 games you could run into this. That's not even the number of games you'll run into Doctor Doom. That's just how many times it will spawn. There's so many times where the island spawns and no one claims it. This probably won't change the game much at all. Next up, we have the Black Panther Shuri Mythics. I personally don't think these things are amazing. I picked it up for a little bit today. I just tried it out before I dropped it. Not anything too huge. They kind of remind me of punching someone with the Nitro Fist from last season, but you don't get the great movement that the Nitro Fists offered. So I'm personally never really going to pick these things up. I don't think, again, they're going to be much of an issue for you to deal with. I didn't run into really anyone using them well today. Possible maybe people get better with them over time and they become more of an issue, but in the first day with this update, they weren't really a problem. The big change today, however, is they brought back the EMP grenades. This is huge for 0 builds. Now, if you're ever low on gold again, you just throw some EMPs at a vending machine, you can cap out your gold pretty quickly. However, for a 0 build competitive, this is a really bad thing. EMPs are great against cars. I hate going up against cars in pubs and ranked, but in tournaments when there's no cars, a lot of people will hold onto EMPs and they kind of become a get out of jail free card. Just throw it in a bunker in endgame and you can get a free elim because they have no shield. You could just throw them in bushes and you can get some easy elims. They're kind of overpowered in competitive. In regular games, they're just a little bit annoying. I'm really kind of scared for what this means for competitive. I'm not 100% sure if they're in competitive. However, I'm assuming so since they were in competitive last time. I did qualify for the Cash Cup finals without them in, so we're going to see how the gameplay goes for the next Cash Cup with EMPs. Not looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes, but I'm somewhat disappointed that they are back yet again. It seems like Epic really likes EMPs and wants to bring them back every season, and I would be okay if we kind of just drop them for a little bit just to see how it really is, because we haven't really experienced much gameplay without EMPs in a very long time. Besides that, though, we did get the new super styles for the Battle Pass skins. I am a huge fan of them, actually. I do think they look pretty cool. Not gonna spend a lot of time on that because it's not gameplay related, but I will say they do look pretty cool. Overall, this seemed on the surface like a huge update, but isn't really a big update because the major changes with the Doctor Doom Island are not 100% spawn rate. In fact, it's such a low spawn rate that people might not even notice that it's in the game. EMPs are the biggest gameplay change that we have with this update, and it's something we've seen before. And that's going to be it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything about this update that I may have missed, or if there's something specific that you either agree or disagree with me about. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.